Toss and turn for hours at night, you are not alone. And this morning, we are talking all about sleep. A new study finds that 1/3 of adults do not get enough of it. But what if you couldn't sleep for 4 years? Our next guest, Megyn Foley, says insomnia took over her life. She's here to tell us how she finally got some sleep. But first, watch this.
46-year-old Megyn Foley is a single mom who works full-time at Microsoft. She juggles a full plate on a daily basis, but her biggest hurdle is she can't sleep.
I was averaging about 2 hours a night, sometimes less, sometimes it was 0.
Michelle's struggles with insomnia started in 2012 when her mother became sick.
And so I was helping her with her treatments. I had a toddler, a very demanding job. I didn't see it in the beginning as insomnia. I just was tired. It gradually built up to the point where I'm not sleeping, like really bad.
Her insomnia took a toll on every aspect of Michelle's life, from her appearance
Over about 18 months, I gained 40 pounds.
to work
I would be giving a presentation or something. I would forget what I was talking about in the middle of saying it.
to her time with her son.
The day-to-day was just making it from one task to the next. Does he have clean clothes? Right? Did I get him somewhere on time?
Even driving became difficult.
It was almost impossible to go further than 4 blocks and stay awake. I would not drive my son more than to the school and back. It was horrifying and debilitating, right? Very independent, and now here I'm practically a shut-in.
Michelle sought help from different doctors, but no amount of sleeping aids or tests would cure her insomnia.
It's like, listen to me, people. I don't want any of your hokey crap. I just need to sleep.
Please help me welcome Megyn Foley. Megyn, thank you for being here. That sounds like a form of torture.
Absolutely.
Like a form of torture, right?
Yes.
So did it start small? You know,
Yes.
like I'm waking up in the middle of the night, what's going on?
Right. Some difficulty going back to sleep, or I would wake up at 5 a.m. to get an early start on the day and tasks ahead, and I was tired.
Had you been a good sleeper prior to that?
Mostly.
But then you had some things happen in your life, I guess, that were stressing you out.
Right.
What happened?
My mom was diagnosed with cancer, so she came to stay with me for about 8 months. Mm-hmm. So I was helping with her treatment. I had a 3-year-old and a full-time job.
Mm-hmm. And so little by little, was it reducing from like 5 to 4? Because I don't understand how you get to the place where it's 0 to 2 hours a night.
Well, it's very gradual, like maybe one really bad night here or there. I was just tired. It was hard to really to define until a friend gave me a FitBit.
A FitBit?
A FitBit to track.
How much you were sleeping.
Right.
And that's when you saw 2 hours.
Right. It was 2 hours or 0, 40 minutes.
How do you function at all on that little sleep for that many nights in a row?
Well, when it gets to that point, you're not really functioning.
Did you have help with your son? I mean, how are you taking care of him?
My mom was staying with me, so that made a big difference. I don't know that I could have made it without her.
Mm-hmm. And so what was was that the aha moment when you saw the 0 to 2?
Yes.
And so finally you're going through the phone book to try to find somebody, because everybody's telling you that you got this, you got fibromyalgia, you got, and
Right. Let's do testing for early onset dementia. It's like, no. No, I just want to sleep.
It's not dementia, I'm just tired.
Right.
And so who finally helped you?
My primary care physician submitted a referral for a cardiopulmonologist. Let's see if you have sleep apnea. So I called them and they asked, well, do you snore? And I said, you know, lady, I don't think I sleep enough to know if I snore.
Right.
And she said, well, we're not going to make that appointment. And I was like, what? All right. So I opened the my provider directory, and I called everyone who had anything to do with sleep. Well, we have an opening in 3 months. I hung up, called the next person. The first person who could see me in a reasonable amount of time, could see me in 2 weeks. So I made that appointment. And it was for a cognitive behavioral therapist. At the time, I didn't know what the specialty was. They could see me, so that's where I went.
And that did change things for you.
It did, absolutely.
So it's not so much, going back into your childhood and figuring out why you don't sleep now. It's here are real tools you can use to get through the night.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what are there are 14 rules I know you came up with. Like, what are they?
So
What are some of them?
without the list in front of me, I can't remember all of them right now, but no caffeine after 12 p.m.
After 12, okay.
Early morning bright lights. So this was a big one for me. No to-do list after 7:30 at night.
Would you make lists in the evening?
Well, just everything I have to do, right? Everything that was keeping me awake, right? All of my responsibilities. Don't think about it after 7:30. Put it away.
And so if it would come into your head after 7:30, what would you do?
Just walk away. That includes my computer. Walk away from work. No electronics in the bedroom.
Nothing. Not your iPhone. I mean, not even if it's off, just nothing.
Right. Well, with the exception would be listening to a mindful meditation recording.
We have something on that in a minute.
Right. But with the screen off.
Okay. And so did that wind up making the difference for you?
Yes.
And how often do you sleep a night now?
A bad night now is 5 hours.
Okay. So are you getting 8 ever?
Usually, so between 7 and 8.
Great. Great. All right, so we're going to talk more about tips to get you through the night if you are struggling with this when we come back.